Good morning, everyone, to our fellow friends, fellow lecturers, and fellow future buyers who are watching this video. So today we're gonna present about our library management system, which is also called as a Smart Manager. So before we proceed with our presentation, let us introduce ourselves first. Hello, everyone. My name is Alfred.
Hello everyone, my name is Anselm.
Hi everyone, my name is Alban.
Hi everyone, I'm Brian.
Okay, so now you guys know our name, so let's proceed to our next slide. So brief intro about our library management system, which also called as a Smart Manager. This system is Python project designed to manage book borrowing and returning in an organized way. This system is designed using several modules such as the admin UI, the student UI, book manager, and the student handler, which all work together to handle tasks like adding books, tracking the borrowed items, or even managing the student records, which also to run the whole main program. It is to make the system more efficient, easy to navigate, and practical for real life library use. So our purpose is to create a simple and efficient system that helps manage library tasks such as borrowing books, returning books, and the tracking of books. And it's also to reduce the manual work and keeps record organized for both the admin users and students. The system handles book management, student borrowing records, admin and student interfaces, basic library operations to suitable for small or educational library. So the Smart Manager system is feasible because it can be built just by using basic simple Python modules without any extra costs. Easy for students to use and easy for admins to use, and it requires simple hardware and can be completed within the project timeline. So now I'll pass on to Albert to proceed his slide.
Alright, thank you Alfred. So I'll be presenting about the data files. So in our program, it includes like UI files, admin files, student files, and also logic files, which include book manager, student data, main files, main, and data or slash the port files, data folders, or cache. So pass to the next slide. So we have the admin UI. This library management system help admins manage students' books and borrowing activities. It allow viewing students' account, managing books record, handling borrowing and returns, and checking book his status and history. The system also includes search, sorting, and a simple interface to make library tasks easier and faster. So let's move on to the essential features of this admin UI. So the essential features code part are student management, view students, change password, assign, borrow, return books. Secondly, we got book management, add books, edit books, info, delete books, view available, and borrow status. Thirdly, we got borrow and return system, track who borrow what, prevent editing, borrow books, show a book's status clearly, and last but not least, we got smart tools to search and sorting. And let's move on to the next one. We got book management. Essential code part will be logbooks to prepare and validate all books data, save books to store, update permanently, add books to generate unique IDs and add new books, borrow books for student, check limit, availability, record borrowing, return book for student, updates copies, mark overdue, record return, search books to find books quickly. And move on to the next slide will be the main PY. So this is essential part of our program, theme and UI components, control interface, styles and layout, center window function to improve user experience, main menu, entry point for admin and student, admin login to protect admin only feature, student login and registration to verify students and manage new account, and connection to admin UI and student UI links to full library functions. And to the next part will be student data PY, essential code function and purposes to file setup, create the JSON files for the student data, load and save data, control all reading and writing, between system and storage, register and verify handle student account creation and login. Borrow function, main logic, check limits, update books, logs, book borrow date and due dates. Return function to confirm date returns, update books, stock, logs, return time, history, function to retrieve borrow books and also full borrowing history. Last but not least, we got student UIPY. Essential function, we got logs books or can be counted as save books, manage books data storage, update book info, shows the current borrow limits, preview, display books due to dates and history, show available books and borrow, show books selected. Those are borrowable books, the main logic to borrow books and show books the student has. Return selected books, main logic for returning, show due dates, display due dates, refresh history, show borrow and return record, change password UI to update password, log out and is to exit to login screen. So passing on to the next slide to Ansem.
Thank you, Alban. So thank you for that. Our library system is divided into several key modules. It's handling specific tasks to ensure smooth and efficient operations. I will briefly explain the main features and functions without going into the code line by line. So for borrow book process, when the student borrow a book, the system add them to the current borrow list, track the due date, record the borrow actions with a timestamp, and save updates. This ensures deadlines are enforced and records are accurate. Next. So next slide will be the set placeholder function. This function displays a placeholder text in entry field to guide user. When a user clicks the field, it clears automatically, it left empty. The placeholder returns. This improves user experience without needing extra label. Next. Next will be the auto refresh borrow books. From this code, we can know that it's to make tracking borrow books easier. The system automatically refreshes every 5 seconds. Book are colors coded based on status. Days left are shown dynamically, and it handles multiple borrowers while remaining user-friendly and adaptable. Next. Therefore, the borrow book functions, which is to ensure students to do not exceed their limit, to keep them for the books and student data consistent, update the borrow list, log actions for updating, and save all changes, and provide a clear feedback to user. Lastly, for the add book functionality. The add book function automatically generate unique IDs, fill in gaps from deleted book, support editing multiple copy, validates the book informations, and is modular for future enhancement. Sorry. So in our summary, I can say these key functions work together is to provide a robust, user-friendly, and reliable library management system. This module maintains data consistently, enforce rules, track history, and is modular for future improvements. It's designed for deliver a smooth experience for both students and administrator. So now I will pass to Brian to run the Python code.
Okay, thank you, Awesome. Now I'll be demonstrate how to use our library management system. When you run the system, you will arrive at the main menu where you can select your role, admin, student, or exit program. When you click admin, the system will ask for the password admin123, or in lowercase. Clicking back will return you to the role selection menu. After login, you will enter the admin panel and the default page is View Students, where the admin can see all registered student ID and password. A real-time search bar allows the admin to search instantly. Next, in View Books, the system shows each book ID, title, author, and status. Borrowed book appear in red and available book appear in green. A real-time search bar is also included. Next, to edit a book, you need to select a book first, then click the edit book button again to update and save the changes in real time. To delete a book, you also need to select the book and click the delete book button. then confirm, and it will be removed. To add a book, you need to enter title, author, and copies. The system will reuse the deleted book ID first to keep the ID list organized. This patch also supports real-time search. Next, change password. Admins can help students to change their password after verifying their student card. The student IDs must be exactly 9 digits and the updated password will be appear immediately. Next, assign borrow. In assign borrow, the admin can borrow books on behalf of students. After entering a book ID, all available books are shown. Select a book and click borrow book to assign it to the student. Next, in admin return, enter a book student ID and the student's borrowed book will appear. If the student has not borrowed anything, nothing is shown. Okay, next. The history page shown borrow and return action from newest to oldest, with borrow action in green and return action in orange. Okay, next, current borrow book. It will display all books currently borrowed along with their due dates. Each book must be returned within 14 days. Okay, the last one, log out. After you click the log out book, it will return to the main menu. Okay. Now let's look at the student login section. Student can choose either login, register, or back. New student can register by entering their student ID and matching password. After registration, they can log in. There is also a forgot password option, which remind them to contact the admin. Student ID must be 9 digits, and then they can log in. After login, student will first see all available book with a real-time search bar. Okay, next, let's look at the borrow book. To borrow a book, student must first select a book. Once selected, the borrow selected book button will turn bright. If it is dark, no book is selected. Next, view borrowed book and return book. In view borrowed book, student can see all books they have borrowed and not yet returned. In return book, they must select a book first. Once selected, the return selected book button will turn bright. The system also shows the number of books currently borrowed to remind students how many more they can borrow. Next, borrow return history. This page display all borrow return records from newest to oldest with a real-time search bar. Next, view due dates. Student can view the book ID, title, and due dates for each borrowed book to help avoid penalties. Okay, next, change password and logout. Students can change their password and it updates immediately in the system. Clicking logout will ask for confirmation, then return to the role selection menu. Okay, it's all from me. Now I will pass over the time to Alfred.
So thank you, Brian, for the explanation of the whole code. So now I would like to talk about the additional features beyond the project proposal. So I know it looks like a lot of wordy, a lot of so sorry, I was muted again. So now we're going to talk about the additional features beyond the project proposal. So I know it's going to be a very long, wordy explanation. So now I'm just going to briefly summarize everything. First one, we have the roles-based access and authentication. So two roles, such as the admin and student. Admin logs in directly, and the student registered with password verification. GUI features, take interface, interface with multiple windows, custom colors, fonts, and hover effects, scrollable tables, and live borrow books counter, and also the logout confirmation. The admin function, which can also borrow and return books for students, view all borrowed books with color-coded due dates. Next up, we have the student functions, which they can view borrowed books, due dates, and full history, and also can change password of their accounts. Fifth one, we have the search and filter. So real-time search by ID, title, author, or due date, and also can be real-life time search by history. Next, we have the automatic updates. Lists and due date statuses refresh automatically after any action. Next, we have the borrow or return management. Auto-calculated due dates, such as the default of 14 days. Prevent duplicate borrowing. Dynamic book availability. Detailed history tracking. Plus sorting by book ID. Last but not least, we have the validation and error handling. Student ID must register within 9 digits. Password verification, and also prevent duplicate accounts. And last but not least, we have the clear error messages for invalid inputs or action. Thank you, and this is all from us.